Well, good morning. I slept like an absolute log last night in my B&B, not a care in the world. Right, this is going to be our first cold start. What have I done with the key? Oh, like a watch. First stop is going to be a Spar for some supplies. Some supplies for the car and some supplies for me. My Airbnb was great, €31. No one around, just said the instructions said let yourself in, everything's open, small room, clean bed, hot shower, absolutely everything you need. Now I can think properly, it's morning. That rattle I can hear on the back, I reckon it's the top shock absorber mount. There's a clack 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 on the body when it hits a bump. It's funny how when you've had a good rest your brain works again, isn't it? So I got to thinking last night, if this radiator's say 60 or 70% plugged, and we could flush it a bit and improve it, say 30%, that would probably do it. Last night when it cooled down, I was able to cruise along quite happily. So I've just stopped in Action Car Park, let out a bit of coolant, which was very sludgy. It looks pretty minging in there. And we all know that vinegar is the cure-all for everything. And I have had some success before cleaning out cooling systems with dishwasher soap. It likes it. So I think dump all this in. I've got 3 litres of vinegar. Put 2 packets of the dishwasher soap in. Only thing we can do now is go for a drive and let that cook. I'm going to say half an hour. Yeah, let it warm up, a bit of drive, half an hour. Hey, one thing I noticed yesterday, it's still got this, I'm going to say that's probably the original dealer sticker from when the car was new. And that paint looks about on a par with the rest of it, so I'm going to say very good chance this car is original paint. It is a cool looking car. Even though it gave me hell yesterday, I woke up this morning and saw it and smiled. I think we're going to have a better day today. I feel like it's working because I just on a 10-minute drive to the beach here, and the cooling fan actually was blowing hotter than it ever has. So if the heater matrix is being flushed out, that's good news. Just that on its own would help a lot. And so what I've done is I stopped and took the earth wire off the heater blower, so that's stopped for now. Because if that works too efficiently, actually the thermostat won't open as much and flush the radiator. So it's about a 10-minute drive to the beach. Have a chill out there for a little bit, then drive back and find a car wash and do a bit of shopping. The wiper blades on this are absolutely haggard, and if it rains tonight when I get back to Brittany, I'm going to be in trouble. So get some wipers as well. On a positive note, the brakes are good today. I don't think they're sticking at all. It's busy though. It was a bank holiday weekend, so everyone's steaming about going back to work today, it looks like. My trip to the beach is taking a lot longer than I hoped. A lot of traffic.
City, we collide. Glass hearts tick to the beat they keep. Fog hides truth in a smoky sweep. Moments kissed by the amber haze. Soul-stung stars like their reckless gaze. We're chasing night lights in the city, spinning wild dreams out of pity. Every heart beats a brand new song. Time feels right, the world's not wrong.
A few fun facts about Arcachon then. People have been coming here on holidays since the 1850s. They installed a train line somewhere around 1857, which is when the town started to boom. It's the oyster capital of France. I'm looking at the oyster beds now out in the bay. And it was a favourite destination of Napoleon III. But here we are, check out the bay. It is rather beautiful. Anywho, so it took a while to get here. The car was just starting to get hot, but I blame that for being stuck in traffic. So I think, I'm not sure if I'll head back to where I was or whether I'll try and get down the road a bit more, find a car wash and somewhere to buy some wiper blades and hit the road. I had planned to stop there actually in about 3 hours drive. It's probably France's best Ford parts place for classic Fords, and I think they probably do have a radiator, but it's going to be expensive. It's like, I don't know, maybe 400 euros, and I can get an Eastern European made one for about 150, so try and avoid that if we can, but as a last resort. But that said, it's still 3 hours to get there, so at the moment it's not too hot, but it is going to be another hot one today. It's going to see about 32 degrees from the afternoon onwards. I'm in Action, which is like everyone's favourite shop if you live in France. And they've got a little car section with oils and wipes and bulbs and odds and sods. I thought they had wipers, but I can't find the wipers. I've got some oil and some glass cleaner. Some sort of penetrating oil, which I need anyway. Yeah, that's about it for here. But they sell everything in here: toys, snacks, homewares, all that good stuff. Right, you ready to see some sludge? Oh man, yeah. That is black. Sludgy, sludgy, sludgy. I think we're going to be golden now. Got a load of sludge out of it. Managed to rip into my skin using the pressure washer. Obviously I'm not using it the right way. Take full responsibility. If it all gets too much, I've got some liquid death. I think I've had enough of this town now. Time to get going. The next stop I'll put in is the Ford spares place. Oh, 5 hours? Can't be. I'll know by the time we get to the highway if we'll be brave enough to go on the highway. I was so happy thumping along this dual carriageway. Got about 5 or 6 miles down. It was nice and cool, the heater was blowing hot, the gauge was staying at a third. All of a sudden now the gauge is creeping up again and the heater's gone cold. I can't understand why the heater's gone cold. It's well full of water, there shouldn't have been any airlocks in it, filled it up really well. Even if the thermostat was stuck, or the radiator was still clogged, the heater shouldn't go cold unless it's already getting hot and it starts to boil, and that's why the heater goes cold. So I'm just limping along to the next exit now. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm not even convinced it is the radiator now. Heater's completely cold now. God damn it. So our little trip on the dual carriageway didn't go very well. As soon as I pulled off the dual carriageway and went a bit slower, I got some heat on the heater again and it started to cool down. And I just pulled over somewhere to cool down and I was just turning around and I noticed I was outside like a 4x4 garage. I was just chatting to the guy and he builds these rock climbing 4x4s and goes all over the country doing that. And anyway, he was nice enough to give me a radiator from a Suzuki Vitara. So I've thrown that in the boot. The car's had a little cool down. I think I'll carry on this time with the heater blower on and go a bit slower, see if we can progress like that. If not, we're going to be bodging a Suzuki Vitara radiator into this old Ford. So thanks very much to MPA 4x4 and the guy across the street, iBox, it's a storage place. He was kind enough to let me fill up my water bottles. There we are. People are nice, aren't they? If you take the time to talk to them. Hit some traffic, unfortunately. I guess we're getting close to Bordeaux, which is why. But it's just about creeping along. I think as long as we keep moving, we'll be alright. We don't want to be stopped. But I've got about another 10 k's down. And so far, just keeping the speed below just about 50 miles an hour. And the fan is staying hot, so yeah, it's good. I think we'll keep on trucking for now. Haven't moved much, the traffic's a bit stop-start. But amazingly, the car's coping fine. It's probably 30 degrees now. It's just me that's getting bloody hot because the heater's on full. It's not so bad when you're moving and all the air blows out the window, but I'm just absolutely cooking it here now.
Neon hums like a subtle thrill. Shadows dance on the windowsill. Concrete dreams and the glow collide. Breathe it in, let the waves decide.
Word of advice, don't try and drive around Bordeaux on a Tuesday lunchtime after a bank holiday weekend. That was terrible. I think we're just about past the worst of it now. Tina's behaving herself. We're rolling along at 80. Not too hot. It's probably too noisy. Things are not going well. I thought we could cruise along at 80, but the problem is you can cruise along at 80, but as soon as you hit an incline, the engine has to work a bit harder and the cooling system is so marginal, it's overheating again. So I'm going to have to figure something out. The trouble is, once it gets up to near the red like it is now, as slow as you go, it's hit and miss whether it'll actually cool down again until you've stopped. If I'm going to be working on the car, I want to be, well, ideally somewhere with a bit of shade and somewhere where I can have access to water as well. There's just nothing around here. Nothing around apart from a hot, sweaty motorway. At least I found a route away from the highway. It did not feel nice on there going 40 miles an hour. Even though the traffic was busy and it was slow, I was still a mobile road block for all the lorries. The temperature's right on the limit now. Close to the point of no return. As soon as I find somewhere with a bit of shade and potentially some water, time to get back to work. just weighing up my options now. I'm going along at sort of 30 to 40 miles an hour and it's just about keeping cool enough there. So option number one, take all the back roads, keep going 30, 40 miles an hour all the way home. Probably make it, but it's going to take me like 2 days to do it. Not very appealing. Number two, I'll try and bodge in this radiator I've got. Maybe take the thermostat out at the same time, see if that helps. Option number three, I drink the death juice. Well, I have my doubts about this, being able to get this Suzuki radiator in here. But it's literally the work of 5 minutes to take the radiator out. Sit it in there and see what it looks like. It's worth a shot. I was sure I had in my tool bag a piece of coolant hose with a right handle on it, and that probably would have saved the day. Try as I might, I cannot find it. The coolant again. My other option would have been to try and get to the Ford parts place, but at the speed I was going, I don't think I would have made it there before 5 o'clock when they close anyway. So it probably wasn't an option. You might be wondering if I've got breakdown cover. And they don't really have like the AA or the RAC in France. You usually get a breakdown cover with your insurance, but it will only take you to the nearest garage. Obviously isn't going to do me a lot of good. Giving up yet. One radiator. It's kind of the right size. If I flip the brackets around, it might get the bolt in actually. But the question is, can we get the coolant hoses on without kinking? Ports on this are a bit smaller as well. I think the hose will clamp down onto them though, just about. Swap these brackets around. Should we have a look at the thermostat while we're here? Why not? See if we can snap those bolts off. The thermostat was in there and it was wide open when I opened it because it was still hot. So it was working. I thought while I'm in here, I might as well take it out anyway. And I've got some instant gasket with me. So, stick that back on. Try and get this radiator in will be the next thing. Little progress update. Got it in the hole. Got a screw in this side. Got a cable tie holding this end up. That's not looking too bad. The radiator hose, I've flipped it round the other way. And that one is on and clamped on. It seems to clamp down onto the smaller outlet. If I can just figure out a way to get this bottom hose on now. Maybe I flip that one round as well. See what it looks like, because if I bend it on there now, it kinks. Might be onto something here. It was a fight, but it's in there. I've had to commit 100% to this because I couldn't get this bottom hose on without it kinking. I've had to cut it. I had to cut it twice, unfortunately. But it is on there, and it's clamped on. It's ended up very close to the belt. This screw I had to move to raise it up a bit, and it's just clamping on the edge. But it is in there, and I'm going to put some water in. See if it stays in there. At the moment, it's not leaking. The overflow pipe will reach because it comes out along the side of the top here. Oh, it's plenty long. Yeah! This is going to work. System's completely full now. Fixed! Time to top up with water and hit the road, I think. Well, there was nowhere to stop and get water. No toilets or anything in there, so I'll have to stop and fill up my water can soon. I've just filled up with fuel for the first time, 50 litres. I guess the tank is 60, you'll tell me if it's different. I've taken off the blower motor wire. And let's give it a cruise and see if we can stay cool. If this doesn't work, we've got bigger problems. About the hottest part of the day now, about 35 degrees, no breeze. It's so busy everywhere too. Brake is still sticking on in case you were wondering. That's nice.
Neon hums like a subtle thrill. Shadows dance on the windowsill. Concrete dreams in the glow collide. Breathe it in, let the waves decide. Street lights flicker, a Morse code plea. Whispers rise from the cracks in the street. Loose lip poets on cobbled ground. Every word a kaleidoscope sound. We're chasing night lights in the city. Spinning wild dreams out of pity. Every heart beats a brand new song. Time feels right, the world's not wrong. Echoes rewind, spin back the dial. Drunk on the charm of this retro style. Fingers snap.
About 20 miles down now since I made my expert repair here, and it works. Can you believe it? Temperature gauge hovering around the middle. I'm able to crack on 50 miles an hour. Brake was sticking again, so it's had its daily beating, and I'll try not to touch the brake pedal too much. And since I filled up with fuel, I'm getting some pre-ignition, so I'm just going to give the timing a back off a little bit. I put 95 in and I should have put 98 really. Loads of hot air blowing off there now. Yeah, that's good. Beautiful countryside. About 270 miles still to go. So it's going to be a late one, but I still hope to get home tonight.
D137 for 3 kilometers.
It's about the hottest part of the day now, so I'll be glad when maybe when we get after 6 o'clock it'll start to cool down. Can't pick them up on the camera, but there's sort of ruined chateaus dotted around the place. Nice to be away from the busyness of Bordeaux. See some stone villages everywhere now. Yeah, all is good. So pretty, the villages here. Nice straight roads too. And I haven't touched the brake pedal for about 25 kilometers. Just anticipating the slowing down and just easing on the handbrake when I need to. If I can avoid touching the brake, it'll avoid that caliper getting stuck on again. Imagine driving through France, I always think of these A roads with the beautiful trees each side, the crops to the side. Just living the dream, isn't it? The afternoon heat is absolutely relentless. But if you're enjoying watching me suffer, do give me a subscribe and a like, please. I'd like to grow the channel, and then I can torture myself more with these trips. I was just reminiscing, I think the last time I drove a Cortina would have been about 30 years ago. was a teenager, I had one I used to ham around the field next to our house, and I do remember it was a 4-door red 1.6 GL with a brown interior. It was quite tidy if I remember rightly. And 2 incidents I remember with that car. Once I remember reversing down the driveway, not looking where I was going, and reversing into a tree, and the stereo jumped out and landed sort of on my knee. Another time I let a friend drive it who'd never driven a car before, and we were on the lane, and there was about a short distance before there was a corner, and he just floored the throttle, didn't make it round the corner, straight in the ditch. The other thing about it was the passenger footwell was about 6 inches deep with cigar packets, and they were like little metal tins with about 6 cigars in it or something. And I remember going through and throwing them all away, but in a few packets I think I found a few cigars, which I smoked with my friends, obviously. That's why we love these old cars, isn't it? The reminiscing. And the breakdowns and the overheating and the camaraderie. There's nothing quite like it, is there?
The neon signs light up the night. Electric hearts in a city so bright. We're chasing dreams through pixel streams, dancing shadows under glowing beams. Let the rhythm take control. Feel the beat, ignite your soul. Colors flash, they paint the
Cruising now, fastest we've been, just over 60 miles an hour. Cool as a cucumber. This guy in the old Merc just gave me a thumbs up. Just stopped off for a little break. It's just after 5 o'clock now. I've done 100 miles since I put the radiator in, and it's cool as anything now. 100%, that was the fix. The only thing that is overheating now is me, well, and the camera as well. So I've just pulled off the highway, have a little rest. I might try and have a little nap. I was able to bomb along about 360 miles an hour, which I haven't got a rev counter, but it's revving a bit. It feels comfortable enough at that speed. I could push it harder, but I don't see the point. That feels like it's happy place.
neon hums like a subtle thrill. Shadows dance on the windowsill. Concrete dreams in the glow collide. Breathe it in, let the waves decide. Streetlights flicker, a Morse code plea. Whispers rise from the cracks in the street. Loose-lipped poets on cobbled ground. Every word a kaleidoscope sound. We're chasing nightlights in the city. Spinning wild dreams out of pity. Every heart beats a brand new song.
I think I somewhat unfairly maligned the 1.3 Plinto at the start of the video. It's actually pretty good. It's no hot rod, of course, but it's got enough poke to move this car along just fine, keep up with the traffic. You could cruise along 60 to 70 miles an hour. It's very smooth, it's very quiet, doesn't seem to be using much fuel. It's tough as old boots. Yeah, as long as you keep it cool. Can't blame the Pinto for having a bad radiator. Tell me what you think I should do with this car. Do you want to see me working on it? Do you want to see me do a full inspection of it? I won't be restoring it, and I don't think it should be restored. Actually, it's too original. I think if I was going to keep it, I would redo the seats because they look horrible, particularly the back one. The carpet's quite nice. The rest of the interior is good. The headline is fairly spotless. I would treat the small bits of rust that there are, but the paintwork is tired, but it's original. It tells the story of the car, doesn't it? I know it's sort of a cliche, but it is only original once after all. Lots of people, of course, would want to tear out the 1.3, chuck in a 2 litre, a Z-Tech, a 5-speed, some nice rims, make a hot rod. And yeah, why not? If that's your thing, go for it. I've got no problem with it. Even the old Ford VV carb, it's doing the thing. I guess they're alright when they're not worn out and not attached to a worn out engine. It isn't going to make much power, obviously, but for cruising around it's fine. It idles good, there's no flat spots. Yeah. I'm still pulling the handbrake to stop, which is getting a bit tiresome, to be honest. About 200 miles to go now. At some point I'll look for a dinner stop. I think my conclusion of the vinegar and detergent rinsing of the radiator didn't do much. It might have helped a bit. It at least flushed the block out, maybe, which stopped it blocking up the new radiator when that went in. If you know a better way to flush a radiator in an emergency, then tell me down below in the comments. I've never had much luck flushing out radiators. Heater matrices, on the other hand, can be flushed out normally just with a hose pipe. Just a bit of sludge accumulates in there and you can get that out, get those working again. But radiators, when you can buy a nice aluminium one for say less than £200, hardly seems worth mucking around with an old one, does it? They were probably a bit marginal when they were new anyway. Well, this is what dinner looks like. I haven't had a good feed since I left home, so I spied this Chinese buffet on the side of the dual carriageway. Bon appetit. Oh, I ate so much I can hardly move. Had a good feed. They were kind enough to fill up my water can as well. If you ever get the chance to go to a Chinese buffet in France, I recommend it. They have their own unique style of things. Not bad at all. You won't leave hungry, I can assure you of that. Handbrake slowing down for the technique. When you're about a quarter of a mile away, you yank the handbrake on. Slow down enough by the time you get there, grab second gear, handbrake off and off you go again. I don't think I've touched the actual brake pedal for about 100 miles now. Consequently, my brake's not sticking on. Here we go again. made some pretty solid cars back in the day, didn't they? Did the Mark 1 Fiesta, did it come out in 75, was it? There's a series on YouTube about the design, development and testing of it, and they went to extreme lengths to test every part of it. Extreme road testing, all sorts of things to make sure it was a really good car. You compare that to British Leyland, they just slap the car back together and let the customers do the testing. They weren't particularly pioneering in their technology, to be fair, but they just made good, solid, rugged cars that people wanted. What a difference with Ford today with their terrible wet belt engines and other engine problems that means your car blows up when it's done 40,000 miles. Yeah, we're going backwards now, aren't we? Imagine trying to change the radiator in a supermarket car park on a modern Focus or something. You'd be there all day. It's finally cooled down enough to where I can shut the windows. And what I'm noticing now is actually this is a really nice, comfy cruising car. Still doing 60. Probably quiet, just this door seal that's making a bit of noise. Have you ever noticed how on a modern car, if you open the window at 60 miles an hour, the wind tries to rip your head off and you get some horrible bang resonance? Is that just because cars aren't designed now to be driven with the windows open because we've got AC and everything? It's actually quite nice to drive along with the window down.
Neon hums like a subtle thrill. Shadows dance on the windowsill. Concrete dreams in the glow collide. The waves decide. Street lights flicker, a Morse code plea. Whispers rise from the cracks in the street. Loose lit poets on cobbled ground. Every word a kaleidoscope sound. We're chasing night lights in the city. Spinning wild dreams out of pity. Every brand new song. Time feels right. The world's not.
If you're thinking of taking an old car on a road trip, I say do it. Take the back roads, take your time, see the countryside and meet the people. It's a much more fun way to travel. Make the travelling part of your holiday is the main thing. I've had an absolute blast today, despite all the problems encountered. I've seen some countryside, seen some sights, met some cool people. Actually had a really, really good day. So if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give me a like. I'll try and bring you more road trips in France or Spain or who knows where. Well, that's a wrap on this one. Thanks for coming along for the ride with me. I rolled in late last night, about 11 PM, and after I fitted that radiator I had no other issues. I think this old car did really well. It's a mystery as to why there was no brake fluid in it when I got there, because I didn't see it leak out again. But the next video on this car will be a full inspection, everything that's wrong with it, everything I will be doing to it. I don't think it's a keeper, so if you might be interested in buying it, send me an email, link in the description. I did have a look through the history, and I've got its original book pack, service manual, accessory list of extra things you could add to it, bits and pieces like that, service book, everything is there. Check out my other videos. When I drove a Fiat 127 back from Spain, that was a good one. I also did a barn find revival of a Mark II Escort. If you like this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.